I feel like in order for us to encapsulate an identity that will bring us to our desired reality, we have to know exactly what we want. You can set off to achieve this one thing, but is that truly going to bring you the fulfillment that you internally desire? Right? People, they're chasing false dreams, they're chasing false fulfillment. Then once they get that thing, they realize it wasn't what they really thought it was. Now they're back at square one, and they wasted all this time chasing this particular thing that brought them zero fulfillment. And I feel like it's even more rare to actually find somebody that's doing what they genuinely love, regardless if it's paying them financially well or not. But 9 times out of 10, if you find somebody who's doing something that they genuinely love to do, they're making a lot of money from it because they're abundant in their life through satisfaction. So that abundance is going to get reflected in the work that they do, regardless if it's a low income thing or not. Because becoming closer to a internal God state with fulfillment, abundance will follow your life. Now, this is why you always have to be careful who you watch content from, who you consume the most content from, right? They're doing something that you think that you want to do. Well, look at their life holistically. Look at their behaviors. Are they truly satisfied with what they're doing? Or are they trying to do it just to sell you a fucking course? Are they just trying to sell you something? Are you trying to use your attention against you? Right? And they're not even going to bring the fulfillment to you like they said that they were. So this is why you have to vet people who tell you certain things, because if they're not in the position that you would like to be in eventually, why even listen to them? That makes no sense. Like if I'm trying to be a fucking NBA player and I'm listening to a hockey player telling me how to be an NBA player, why the fuck would I listen to the hockey player? But in order to find your true fulfillment, you need to go within yourself. You need to be in a meditative state to be able to listen to your intuition and your downloads, right? Because your higher self, you intuitively, inherently know what you want out of life. Everybody does. It's just that it's kind of rare to see somebody sit with themselves to actually figure that out. They think they can go on social media and Pinterest and Google and figure it out themselves, like look shit up and figure it out. But if you actually live your life, if you actually live the life in your mind with that particular thing, you'll realize like, oh shit, this thing probably won't be the best thing for me. But nobody really ever thinks that deep into like a specific item like that. So you definitely have to know exactly what you want to do so you can encapsulate that identity that'll bring you the most fruit, that'll bring you the most fulfillment within your life. Now, how do you encapsulate this identity, right? Now, encapsulating this identity is just confirmation, right? You want to have a confirmation bias to your new frequency. Now, what do I mean by that? Having a confirmation bias to your new frequency means that you have to choose situations that confirm the new identity, right? And once you do this over and over again, it'll impress the subconscious mind. Well, why do I want to impress the subconscious mind? So the reason you want to impress the subconscious mind is because 5 to 10%, I don't know the actual percentage, I forgot, but 5 to 10% of our actual conscious daily actions are only our conscious daily actions. 5 to 10%. The other 80 to 90%, bro, is subconscious, right? So what the fuck are we truly doing throughout each day? We can't be doing all this shit consciously, my nigga. You gotta be subconscious. So in order for you to change your subconscious mind, so a high frequency emotion and also repetition. So now you have the high frequency emotion and repetition. Now you need a visualization, right? Or you can just do the fucking actions throughout the day that confirm that identity, right? So let's say, right, I'm about to go to the gym, right? I'm fat as shit. I'm like 300 pounds. Let's say I want to go be 150 now, right? So I would first sit here with myself in silence and think about, well, what type of person goes from 300 pounds to 150? What type of person does that? What do they do? How do they act? What foods do they eat? What's their gym schedule? What workouts do they do? All these things play a factor into walking into and consuming the new identity and new frequency, because your old identity will try to trap you. You have to see it as a separate entity, like your new identity and your old identity. your old self and your new self. Old frequency, new frequency. It's all the same thing. So you have to see these two things as like a separate entity, right? So your old frequency, your old identity is going to manifest situations in your life because it's going to realize after a while that you're in the process of stepping into the new frequency. So once it realizes this, it's going to throw situations at your life. It's going to throw tests. The mirror is going to mirror you test, quote unquote test. Everything is never outside of us. It's always from within, right? So when you say God is testing me or the universe is testing me, you're really testing yourself to see if you are who you say you are. And if you fail the test, you're just confirming the new identity. But you don't see it like that because you haven't raised your consciousness level. So if I had a fear about me walking into the gym and somebody looking at me and saying something about what the fuck I'm doing, so my old identity is going to manifest because that belief confirms the old identity, like me being scared of somebody in the gym. That old identity is going to manifest that situation of me being in the gym. But once it happens, since I have an elevated version of consciousness level right now, what would I do if I was embodying the version of myself that was 150? So somebody walks up to me, right? And they say, yo, bro, you're fat as shit. Why are you even here? I'll be like, what? I'm not fat as shit, bro. I'm literally cutting down right now to 150. What the fuck are you talking about? I would sit there instead of getting mad at him, right? Instead of getting mad at him in that moment, what would I do? I'm the person that's 150 right now. I am mentally the person that's 150 right now. He's just seeing the delayed reflection of reality, the delayed projection of reality, right? So I wouldn't even get mad at him. I'd be like, okay, cool, bro. See me in like 9 months. Then he's going to see me there for the rest of the fucking 9 months. Then I'll be 150. Then he's going to see, oh shit, like I was wrong, right? Or if you don't even give like that situation a emotional reaction, and if you do give the situation an emotional reaction, it has to be positive. 100% of the time has to be positive, because otherwise you're going to get that back as a reflection. And this is how you like impress the subconscious mind and also change the reflection in the mirror. So that led me to ask myself, why is perspective so important? Or why is everybody's perspective not in alignment to their desired reality? Like, what's the disconnect? So inherently, reality isn't real because our brains are reality is not real, right? The only thing reality is just a mental projection. So what is that mental projection? So our eyes are electromagnetic receivers. So our eyes receive light particles, and based on those light particles, our mind creates a projection within itself, and it projects through our eyes onto reality what it thinks it sees, the presence of light and a mental projection. So based on that mental projection, based on my perception of the mental projection, is what I see in my reality. That's what I confirm is true. So you can change your fucking projection, bro. You can change the projection. You can change what you are looking for, right? So this is why, like, when magicians do like sleight of hand movements, why you can't see that shit happen, because you're not looking for it. Like, your mind isn't trained to look for fucking sleight of hand movements. But if a magician did that shit on another magician and his mind knew to look for that shit, it wouldn't work on him because he knows to look for it. So this is why you have to train the reticular activating system of part of your fucking mind, of your brain, to look for certain shit that you want to be reflected in your desired reality. So if I want to see abundance, what does abundance look like? I'll start looking at abundance on my computer all day, every day. Then I'll start seeing that shit out in physical reality over time, the more times I look at it, because I'm just impressing the subconscious mind. And once you fully impress the subconscious mind, that's when all the situations will begin to manifest for you that'll confirm the new identity, your new frequency. That's when all the situations will manifest. And when you are that particular person and you've been going to the gym consistently for like 3 months, you are that new person. Like, when like the new neural pathways that'll be formed of you going to the gym and like doing all this extra shit, like changing your diet, all that, bro, and you start to see benefits from it, you start to attach positive emotions to your new identity. That's when the inertia, that's when the compounding effect of you doing the actions will actually start to show up in your life, because you are that new identity. So your frequency is going to send out a signal to the universe, and it's going to manifest different situations that confirm that new identity. And each day that you step into this new identity, or that you are this new identity, it'll get harder and harder and harder to revert back to the old identity. It's just that a lot of people, they don't do this shit long enough for their new frequency to stick and stabilize. It's always unstable, and they always revert back to the old identity because they don't know these types of tricks that should be playing on them, and they be getting cooked, bro.